Oh my God.
Right there, baby, right there. You need me to put a little star there, a little sticker?
Okay, let's try this again. Welcome everyone to A and B Convos. I am A.
I'm B.
This is our inaugural episode, Wrestling Edition. Thank you for joining us today.
Must see TV, baby.
So, today we're going to talk about a couple of things that are fans, longtime fans of professional wrestling, really more specifically what used to be known as WWF, now WWE.
Yes. We have been fans, like he said, lifelong, and the changes that are going on right now, I mean, we all know throughout the years there's been good, there's been bad, but what's going on right now is pretty bad.
Well, that's
it's definitely at a low.
It's at a low.
And it's disappointing, and it's really opening the door for AEW to come in and catch our interest, which it has.
Now, here's the thing. We, like you said, have been watching this since we were no higher than a butterbean. That may be a slight exaggeration.
Okay.
Since youngsters. But what's happening right now, and this is, again, you could chime in, go ahead and put in the comments below, but as a longtime fan, somebody that back in the day, wrestling, I understand, used to be a closely guarded secret as far as kayfabe was concerned. That meaning you're not going to let everybody in on the gag, that it is what it is. And make no mistake about it, we are fully aware of what professional wrestling is and what isn't. The bottom line here is that we want to be entertained. Mm-hmm. We like to go to Vegas all the time, and as you know, in Vegas, there are a lot of magic shows like David Copperfield. I don't want to go see a magic show, and then after the show, you tell me on Total Magic how you did it. Yeah. I don't want to know. Just as a fan, entertain.
It seemed to me, anyway, that as they did this rise of the divas in the women's division, they brought on more and more talent, but the talent was not to the level of the Litas and the Chynas. I mean, you know, there was, I mean, even the really beautiful feminine divas of the day got down in the ring on a level where they were not scared to get hurt. And we are watching the Divas division constantly rewinding the TV going,
did you just do that?
You didn't even make contact.
Didn't make contact.
You know, and then after not making contact, you kick someone in the stomach and your reaction was, nobody touched your face.
What is that? All the time we are seeing this, and seriously, I really need you to pay attention. Watching a female superstars match and something happens, their go-to is, and you have come nowhere near your face. Right. And there are times you'll hit your opponent and you're still the one going, what are you doing? We can see you.
We can see you. So, yeah, you know, I mean, and there's been some amazing matches. When Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair did the first, not Iron Man match, but it was the cage match. What was it called?
I think it was an Iron Man.
Was it an Iron Man match? Amazing. There has been some amazing matches. Charlotte Flair is amazing. Sasha Banks can hold her own. Where is Sasha Banks? That's a whole nother. Although I feel like we're only seeing a few female wrestlers, not divas, but female wrestlers, superstars, and a few of the same male superstars over and over again, and mainly Shane McMahon. And we're not really seeing much of anybody else unless they're chasing after the ugliest, dumbest belt in the world, the
24/7 championship, or as our truth would say, the European 24/7, whatever the case may be. Look, here's the deal. Let me be really, really clear here. This is not to harp on or bash anybody. We understand that professional wrestling is not easy. At the same time, with that said, you need to put on a good show. When Mick Foley came out and it was leaked that Mick Foley was going to be introducing a new championship belt, everybody automatically assumed, because he is the hardcore champion, that they were going to bring back the hardcore title. But what ended up happening was a title getting pulled out of the bag that was perhaps the ugliest thing I have ever seen. It was like, it was, if you remember in The Exorcist when she spewed out green nastiness, that's basically what came out of that bag.
That's basically what came out. And he was trying so hard to clean it up. I felt so bad for Mick Foley in that moment, trying to sell us this belt. And nobody was buying what he was saying. And we're still not buying the belt. The belt has no value.
None.
The belt is funny and it's entertaining. And as you watch all these people chase each other around the airport and around the world for the belt, which is reminiscent of the hardcore title, you see people that you're reminded are even on the roster because you haven't seen them in so long you didn't even remember they existed.
EC3, for example, was a really big star once upon a time. Coming over here, you would think that he would be, in fact, just as big, get a bigger push. Hasn't happened. Now, don't get me wrong. I like a good laugh just as much as anybody. R-Truth is an amazing wrestler in that ring, an amazing technician, but he also was really, really funny. So the fact that no one could take this whole thing seriously almost seems like WWE officials had no choice but to make this sort of a comedy shtick of sorts. And that was not the original intention whatsoever. And that's what made this so disheartening, because it's a title belt that who really cares if you win it or not?
Yeah,
what's the point?
We have enough comic relief. So we have New Day, and we love Kofi Kingston, and you love the New Day, but it's a very lighthearted comedy, right? And then you have this joke of a title and all the people who are jokingly after it. And then you have
your favorite tag team, the women's tag team champions. She doesn't like them. I actually think they're hilarious, but it's the Iconics!
Ridiculous. So ridiculous. Now, is it catchy? Are they something else to laugh at? Yes, but is that what we become? Have we become a big old joke? And what are they doing with Bray Wyatt? It's entertaining in a bizarre way, and now it's getting twisted like you knew it would. But what are they? Is he going to come out and wrestle, or is he just going to keep putting on a psycho version of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? I don't really understand what's going on, but all of it is all taking away from real wrestling, which I feel like we're going to get at AEW.
You've seen it recently with who was Dean Ambrose, now Jon Moxley. And he has been very vocal about no longer being under the thumb and having the chain of the WWE around his neck. And he's free to do whatever it is that he wants to do. And again, if you recall a few months ago, because ratings were so bad, so in the toilet, that the McMahon family, Triple H, had to come back out and say, okay, we're going to take control of the show again. SmackDown, Raw, no more GMs. And you are going to be, you the fans, will be the ones that are going to be in control, and we haven't had that.
We haven't had that. And it's just not happening. And so these are the kind of updates we'll be talking about. We're going to come back after this week's pay-per-view.
Stomping Grounds.
Do a review of Stomping Grounds. They can't even get their tickets sold. They're doing a deal right now, 2 for 1 for all of their seats, all up to the most expensive seat, because they can't sell their tickets. This is what's going on right now. So we'll come back and review it after the show. And then next week, we're actually going to be going to a Dave & Buster's in Hollywood, California, where we found out that other wrestling fans get together and watch Raw live. So we'll be able to be with other fans, see what their reaction is to everything that is going on, and bring some of that to you. So what do you think the answer is? Or are you happy and you feel like everybody else is just overreacting? Let us know. Leave a comment.
We are fans. We are longtime fans, and we will always be fans. And we want to do this because we want to see this get better. Mm-hmm. We can't go in week in and week out. Ratings are down for a reason, and the WWE brass has their head in the sand, and they don't really see what's going on. Even if they make it seem like they do, obviously the ratings are still bad. They just don't. So
if we don't say anything about it, we're like the friend that lets you go on American Idol and make a complete ass of yourself. We're here to tell you, just stop singing. You're embarrassing yourself. Fix it and come back. You know what I mean?
That's all we're saying.
They need to fix it so they can make a comeback.
And please make sure that you come back next week.
Absolutely.
We'll be back with some more. Until then, this is A.
And B, that's me, B.
With WWE. Peace.